Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mendy and today I'm going to be doing a review on British films, series and overall cinema. Now, there are a number of endemic problems that could reason why British films do not do as well in the global market. You may or may not believe that I am equipped to answer these questions, however, take this solely from a young filmmaker director's point of view. This is what I see. Now I understand it is hard to define our film industry in terms of genre and the subgenres that follow. However, there are certain conventions that British films and series do follow that provide some sort of establishment. Mise en scène. British films tend to want that very true, raw, realistic feel portrayed in their films and series. So a lot of the time we get films and series that are shot in rural places or in pubs or people's houses and usually follow the lower middle class. For this reason, they also use lesser known actors to create that raw feel of everyday life. A lot of the time they use stereotypes as a basis to push the idea forward. Social realistic themes. Whether political, ideological, theological, or just plain anarchic, the genre tends to have its roots deep-seated in the current issues of modern day and what is affecting people. Now, anyone can get their hands on a camera, shoot a little movie with a few mediocre actors and call themselves a director. We've seen it, I've done it. Understandably, because of this, we're flooded with stacks and stacks of short films, most of which that cannot get past that gang life narrative that we've seen over and over again. But of course, everyone has to start somewhere. However, we see this replicated with our big-time film production companies.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
So, from this aspiring filmmaker's point of view, let's break it down. Patterns. If we look at British film at its core, it really is a niche genre pertaining to the everyday life of the people. Shows and films that take the British element, incorporate it with other ideas and themes, really break through. Take the show Misfits for example. This was a TV show about young Asbo youth going through reform, which is something we rarely ever see on our televisions. Bad youth going through reform. Now, as well as this, the premise also gave us these youth attaining superpowers partway through their reformative process. And this really pushed the series along because it took us away from that normal everyday life Britain. Actors. It is very rare you see our actors stretch out into other genres or into other cinemas like Hollywood. Now, because British storytelling doesn't tend to be very realistic and true to life, it tends to not break away from certain genres like crime thrillers, dramas, romance, and the lot. This also boxes in our actors. We do like to put a lot of stereotypes in our films and series. Now, looking past the fact that it might come across as slightly racist, is probably because the stereotypes are pretty accurate at certain times, and they do come across as portraying the character very well. So a lot of us British people do understand what we are watching simply from the character alone. And as we've seen before, because of this, it's very hard for certain actors to find breakthrough or get past acting in a specific type of role. Plot differentiation. A lack of plot development and plot differentiation can really stunt our film industry. For example, we even see this in our big time films. It seems we just regurgitate what we've done already, modernize it, or create spin-offs of what we've seen or what we deem that has been successful in the past. Now, don't get me wrong, these films are well written with good acting and amazing cinematography, but you are marketing what we've already seen before. I do believe our film industry can make it though. For example, the Netflix British series Sex Education. This has really taken a turn in terms of British films and series. It provides us with a very British premise, with school children in school learning about sex education. However, this is also modernized. They allow these students to wear whatever kind of clothes they want to wear to school, which is not what you'd find in a normal British secondary school. They also add loads of colour and they add fresh faces as well as faces we've seen before, which really helped with the marketing. We learn more about the characters, not just because of how they dress or where they live, but more because of how they act and what they do, who they interact with. And this gives us a much more exciting thing to watch. So yes, Britain is multicultural and we do like to see our own race represented in films. We do like to see characters that we are similar to in our films, in settings that we are familiar with. However, trying to force this relatability and true to life nitty-gritty Britain can get very boring and dull. It becomes mediocre. You're marking mediocrity to us, things we've seen before. Therefore, it becomes very hard to compete on an international level, as it even goes past the heads of your own British viewers. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.